And that's what I was just ready to say. We get ready to. I'm a TikTok dance. I love dancing. I just don't think
like a steel cage pen. AEW chants echo in the room. WWE's drama, the big pay-per-view. Boom. Wrestle talking, never stopping. Ring rope squeak, bodies dropping. Wrestle talking, feel the vibe. Smackdown suplex, keep it.
he thinks he's here. Okay? Everybody else is down here. CM Punk's up here. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest.
Wrestler of the Year, Will Ospreay. Most Outstanding Wrestler, Will Ospreay. Tag Team of the Year, FTR. Best on the
Stuff
Indies.
because I was fucking blowing me out and I'd be on the floor.
Like Pat McAfee almost did during that segment. He even said
During
it.
that segment.
He almost tore his ACL.
That's right. So I was almost right.
He was
We got a
almost
half a point coming.
Gigi Dolan gave her a low blow and then said something on Twitter of I made your roast beef something.
Back on Instagram. So the women want their hoo-hoo called roast beef now. Is that the deal? Come on, you got to put.
Night, Tobu.
All right. Well, welcome in, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I will be on
Evan,
camera very soon. Don't worry.
You just at my face and this and that. So, there you go.
I currently have a bloody nose, so I'm not going to be on camera for like 2 minutes.
So, here you go. What you do is you do this.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Change it. Change the weather. I get them all the time. I just had one. You know, when it's dry air and this and that.
So, good morning, everyone. How is everybody on this fine Thursday evening?
Thursday what?
Said Thursday evening.
Well,
You are lagging like crazy.
I'm lagging?
Yeah,
Why am I lagging?
I don't know. Your internet sucks? My internet sucks? Someone's internet sucks.
It could be my internet sucks.
All right.
Been doing all right. So
If you want to go down the list that we have to start the show off.
okay, you want me to just go down the list? All right. So, well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be look at Raw. Then we got a Naomi J and Rikishi segment that we're going to talk about that. Then we got NXT prediction for their I forget the name of the pay-per-view. And then AEW predictions.
AEW's Forbidden Door.
I forget the name of that. Forbidden Door. And then we're going to have a story time with Pops. And this one has got today's story time with Pops has got a lot to do with meeting wrestlers from back in the day. And we're going to do that. Then we're going to Sammy. We're going to be talking about Sammy Callahan retiring. We had some Rev Pro show. And some Blitzkrieg show that we're going to talk about the Blitzkrieg show coming up. So we got some indie talk at the end of the show. And then, of course, we're going to have our Fuck You of the Week. And we'll also have our shout-outs.
I always forget about the fuck you of the week. Still new.
Yeah,
Still new
yeah,
to it.
it's still new. But the Fuck You of the Week is always a fun thing to do.
Let me get this pulled up. Get the raw stuff pulled up real quick. What up, D? How are you? Welcome in.
Welcome in, D. So.
Should have been pulling this up when I had my wonderful nosebleed.
Yeah, well, you know, it was last minute. We didn't schedule the nose.
I should have, honestly. It's great. Oh, you want to show off the RTPW hat? Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I thought it was more than me. There we go. Little sidekick.
Oh,
Yeah, that works.
I forgot. I gotta move you over.
I didn't have. I had. It was on camera prediction, and I couldn't.
Dude, why can I not find?
So D, how you doing? Do I know D?
If you ever hear me when I go into work and I say, "What up, D?" That's D.
D. Hey D. I'm the guy on the other end of the phone that usually says weird shit. And David says, "Yell."
That's why I always have my headphones.
That's me.
Why can
Wrestle
I not
Talk.
find?
I'm Pops.
I'm gonna just Google it. What was Monday?
Monday was a day of the week.
Thanks. So for the 18th.
Yes. Oh. 17th.
No, it was the 18th, buddy.
Well, no, because today is the 21st.
Yeah. 18, 19, 20, 21.
I don't know.
I looked at the calendar, buddy. So, Ross started off with a promo, of course. Why not? With Paul Heyman explaining who the members of the Vision are again. Same song and dance every week. It like we said last week.
But I did like this week. I did like the little introduction there he gave with talking about the Steiner. You know, he says your dad and this and that. I thought that was perfect.
Oof.
Well, hello Jamaica.
What?
I don't know. You just made a fucking barreling sound like, and I couldn't think of anything
So
about.
I burped off mic. Only you can hear it. Thanks.
Oh. Okay.
But Jey
Well, you
Jey
guys
Uso
didn't hear that.
calls out Braun Breaker, and he says he wants a Extreme Rules match because they're in Philly. They're near the. Is it the 300 Center or the 3000 Center? Or the 300, 3000 Arena, 300 Arena.
I'm thinking 300.
Yeah.
Never heard of
300 Arena. Well, do that, whatever. Which that is the main event of the night. We will get to that. Io Sky defeats Raquel Rodriguez. And then Rhea Ripley helped Sky take down the Judgment Day. I do and don't like it. I like where Io's getting TV time. I don't know if I like that Rhea's being the one that's helping her when she's got other teammates, which they talk about that in later on the show, but that's fine. Penta is.
Well, I think they're trying to get her away from the Kabuki.
I think
They're
they
trying
want
to start something.
Yeah. They're trying to make Asuka a heel, which is okay. I'd rather have Asuka be a heel. Yeah, that was it.
It is good.
That was it for that match. It wasn't really. I didn't. It was okay. I didn't really like it. I hated the next match, which I never thought I would say, because Penta is stuck inside this shit feud with Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Grayson Waller. It's just.
And being stuck in it is without him being with his brother.
Yes,
I mean, if he was with his brother and
it would
it
be
would be
so much different.
Sorry,
But with the current state that they have with, Penta's here, Ray Phoenix is over here, and then Grayson Waller not teaming with Austin Theory anymore, and that them just taking that feud or whatever, and they built it up that they were gonna fight each other, and then shot it over, just poofed. I don't like that at all. I don't really like the
finish your storyline. That's what they
Yeah,
need to do.
a lot of open-ended storylines lately.
They like to drag on storylines, and then some of them they do really well, and then there's others where and it's like, okay,
Yeah, there's no payoff at all.
Okay.
The World Tag Team Champions went up against Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee. Mr. Iguana's okay. He's growing on me. I will say that. He is growing on me a lot. I don't like that Dragon Lee is put just, he's kind of just thrown into this match. He had no reason to really be in there.
Right.
And then, that was it, really. After the match, AAA Mega Champion El Hilo del Vikingo attacked Mysterio and the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day stood tall. That's something we've never said before. Just kidding.
Right. No, yeah, that Vikingo, and that was just all setting up Vikingo is setting up that card they had last weekend, or from the card they had last weekend.
Yeah, where it's gonna be AJ Styles versus not AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio versus Vikingo at Worlds Collide.
Right. Worlds Collide.
We had Becky Hogan go up against Natalya and defeat Natalya.
Poor Natalya. I mean, come on.
What are you gonna do? She's a yes man. You're a yes woman, I should say.
She is a yes woman. And
she's a yes woman. So
Becky wins, not Hogan.
Becky Hogan. She will remain Becky Hogan until she loses a match to someone other than Bayley or something. Right. Nikki Bella ended up attacking Becky Lynch after the match, setting up for a clash at Paris. It's going to be Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. Clash in Paris is a couple weeks away. Then the Women's World Championship was officially announced that Naomi had to get rid of her title. She is pregnant. I know last week I said it was all a work, and Pops was all, no, it's not.
It wasn't, and I like the way they did it, and we'll talk more about that in the segment.
We'll talk about it right after we talk about the main event. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker had a brutal Extreme Rules match. I love Jey Uso coming out as a nod to New Jack with the
Yeah, that was
all the weapons and
pretty awesome.
even the headband and the shirt kind of looked like New Jack's old shirt. And very great.
That was wicked cool.
Nod to New Jack in Philadelphia. Everyone like it was only this match was the main event because they wanted to add a bunch of people at the end. You got Roman,
Right,
you
and
got
it
LA
was
Knight,
good.
CM Punk.
Everybody just kept coming out of the woodwork. And your tribal chief.
Yeah. He ends up coming out at the end to save Jay.
And
they made it official for Clash in Paris.
There was no stealing the shoes, though.
Exactly. So they made it official for Paris that it's going to be Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns.
There you go. And seeing some stuff about Bronson Reed talking about it. He asked if somebody asked him. I think it was Van Pelter or whatever. I can't say his name. Van Vliet asked him if he was the same shoe size, and he said no. That he has Roman has big gorilla feet. Something like that. I died laughing.
That is funny.
Because he asked him, like, why are you stealing his shoes? He's got the same shoe size or something like that.
Yeah, they're funny. So to quickly talk about the stupid bullshit that Rikishi's on lately.
More on that later.
No, we're now.
No, I personal thing. Don't you worry.
Sure. I'm looking for the quote. It's not on there anymore. I think it was deleted. But so everyone's obviously happy for Jimmy and Naomi. And I had read a quote and I sent it to Pops, but I have lost it since. Rikishi had mentioned on his podcast that people in his day didn't really didn't get pregnant.
Watch Netflix and chill. Yeah, didn't watch Netflix and chill.
Which I don't understand why he would say anything about him about it, because one, it's his son, should be very happy.
It's his grandbaby.
Two, it's his grandchild. And
right.
Three, Jimmy is not getting TV time because of it. Naomi has to go away. He does not.
Right. I did like the reaction of watching Jimmy when she was talking and do it. It's all over the internet. You know, they got different ones and stuff like that. But you know, he's gonna be a proud baby daddy. And I heard Roman talking about it, and Roman was like, you know, now his sons and daughters, they're not the youngest. So the new bloodline is being bred, and now that, you know, Jimmy will have, you know, the new blood
continues, is what Naomi did say in her promo.
Yes. The bloodline does continue, and you know, so.
Which is great. Good for them.
Right.
Proud of them, all that stuff. But yeah, that was all we had for that, really. Next up, we are going to talk about NXT. Open the show off with Josh Briggs defeating
Hey, Wrestling Pops, how you doing?
defeating Yoshiki Inamura in a Philadelphia street fight. Great, fantastic match to start off the show. Thought it was awesome. And then we had, be honest with you, I barely watched NXT. And then we had Ricky Saints defeating Jasper Troy.
Which was a great man.
I don't like either of those men, so
I'm still Ricky Starks.
Yeah, Ricky Saints is his
Unless
name.
Saints. Yeah, I know. I called him this wrong.
Then Jordan Grace tore through security to get to Blake Monroe. I seen that she attacked a bunch of security guards. This is all just
right. What she said was she said, "Yeah, I can't hit you, but I can do this," and then she just started knocking out security guards and stuff like that. It was pretty good. It was just like a little. I love her.
Fatal Influence defeated the Elegance brand.
Rest in peace, her husband.
He's not dead.
I know. Well,
Fatal Influence defeated the Elegance brand. They set up a match between Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele and Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. And then the only match I watched was the main event, Javon Evans becoming the brand new #1 contender to Obafemi. That match will be happening at Heatwave on Sunday.
That some of those spots in there. And did you finally see what the big one I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Where he tosses him.
He overdid it. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I did not like that arena that they were in. It was way too crammed. It was, you got the announce tables pushed up almost to the ring. And it was like, I understand it was for that spot, but it's like,
right.
I felt claustrophobic watching it. But with that being said, that leads us right into our NXT Heatwave predictions. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Actually, I don't have them, so I don't know.
So
you go first.
Okay. Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. I'm going with Jordan Grace. No, I'm going Blake Monroe. I don't know why they're really not using her on TV. She's just been a talking point.
Right, and they haven't. I know what you're saying.
That Tony Storm promo hits a lot different nowadays. She was sentenced to a life of mediocrity.
Blake Monroe or?
Blake Monroe, yeah. It was. I'll send it to you after.
So you went who?
Blake Monroe.
And I'm going to go Jordan Grace. Just because the fact of the matter is, Jordan, I don't think she should have just came in and given a title. Isn't this her title?
No.
No, okay.
It's for nothing.
Then maybe. Then we don't. I thought it was for. I thought they had given Blake Monroe the title. Blake Monroe is good. So give me a second. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Jordan Grace.
Next up, we got the TNA Knockout Women's Championship being defended on another NXT pay-per-view. We have JC Jane versus Ash by Elegance versus Masha Slamovich.
So, wasn't Masha Slamovich the referee in the match?
Yeah, for the
They had a tag team match there.
Ash by
NXT.
Elegance versus Fatal Influence.
Okay. So you name my three things again.
JC Jane, Ash by Elegance, and Masha Slamovich.
So there's two. This is a four-way.
There's 3 people. Ash by Elegance is one person.
Oh. I thought
She
that
used
they
to
were
be Dana Brooke in WWE. There's 2
Alright.
TNA
Well,
talents and 1 NXT talent.
Okay, who is the NXT talent?
The champion, JC Jane.
She's not going to win.
So you think. So who's your prediction, buddy? It's like your first
Slamovich.
week on the pod. Who?
Slamovich. I'm going with Slamovich. I love Slamovich.
So do I.
Slam a sandwich.
I've seen her live. You have not. She's a great performer.
That's needless to say.
Next up, we got Hank and Tank versus Dark State. And I'm going to go with the numbers game here. It hasn't worked for me in the past, but I'm thinking it's going to work this week. I'm going Dark State. I don't want it to be Dark State. I don't like Dark State. They're Timu Shield.
Right. Shield. I like it. Hank and Tank. I'm going to definitely go Hank and Tank. See it. It's not that I just don't want to agree with you. It's just that I like this little run with Hank and Tank, and I just like to say that name, Hank and Tank. I don't think, yes, the Dark State has it's got some numbers and this and that, but I think Hank and Tank will get some numbers too. I don't think they'll be left out there alone against all the guys, and I think that the other team there, the Dark State, if they get disqualified, they don't win the titles. So you know what I mean?
Who knows?
So you can't really have outside interference. I mean, you can get the old, the ref was turned and stuff like that. But I just think Hank and Tank are going to take it.
And the way WWE's been lately, that's why I chose Dark State. Then we got Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. You are first.
I'm first on this one?
Mixed tag match.
All right. I am going to go with the unpopular vote. I'm not going to blame Canada. I'm going to thumbs up to Canada, okay? This ain't no South Park episode. So do you know why all that saying who I'm going with? Ethan Page and Chelsea.
I'm going to go Tavion Heights and Tyra Steele.
Not that I'm not un-American. Don't get me wrong. I love America.
I don't. I don't know. Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. It's probably going to be them just because it is a new, fresh talent. Chelsea Green is usually the one who takes the pin for the newer talent, so I think Chelsea Green is going to take the pin here. And then I think this is just leading up to Ethan Page slowly moving up in the ranks to go up to the main roster. I think he will eventually drop the title to Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights will take it from the Canadian Championship back to the North American Championship.
Right.
All that stuff. I don't know why they didn't make that but whatever. Have it be at a later show. I guess next up we have Jada Parker versus Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan for the number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. And this is where they're getting into the having a champion with two belts is not ideal because you can't have the champion run 2 matches in one show. That's why we're having a number 1 contender shot at a pay-per-view. I don't understand it. Awkward
Who's the
booking.
double champion?
JC Jane. Jada Parker's winning.
I'm going Lola Vice. But, I mean, why would you have her in a number 1 contender for her own belt?
This is that'll be like the last week. I can't stand you anymore.
Pops is having a bad day.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, on the NXT predictions, I'm always, not too sure.
Not the smartest, I know. Last one here. Javon Evans versus Obafemi, NXT World Championship.
I go in first, and you know what I'm going to say. Obafemi. You're not going to lose it to Javon.
I think he's going to lose it to Javon just in case they want to bring him up. Because, honestly, let him... He's had a long enough reign. I think he's the longest reigning NXT champion ever. It's time to let it go. Let Javon...
Yeah, but what are they do?
What?
What show would they bring Obafemi up to?
SmackDown. Raw.
Yeah,
Either one would be better
okay.
with him on.
You just pick both of them.
Either one,
Right.
he would be
I
great.
I would think they just got somebody new at SmackDown, so maybe Raw needs it.
Sure. Quickly go back down our card. We have Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. I went Blake Monroe. You went Jordan Grace. JC Jane, Ash by Elegance, and Masha Slamovich. For the TNA Knockouts Championship, you went I went JC Jane. You went Slamovich. Hank and Tank versus Dark State for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I went Dark State. You went Hank and Tank. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. I went Tavion and Tyra. You went Ethan and Green. Jada Parker, Lola Vice, and Kalani Jordan for the number 1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship. I went Jada. You went Lola. Obafemi versus Javon Evans. NXT World Championship, Javon. I went Javon, you went Oba. Did not agree on a single thing on that card. So there's a
That's
definitive
good, though.
winner.
That's good.
There will be a
That's
definitive
right.
winner.
We will have a definitive winner.
Let me just throw this into the
Unless, what's her
Discord
name?
real quick. Alright, that was NXT Heatwave predictions.
Heatwave.
So now we will go on to AEW.
Now we moved on to, what? This is Forbidden Door.
Well, first it's going to be AEW results and everything that happened at Dynamite last night. And then the predictions.
Then what?
Then a story time with Pops. The show starts off at a...
So we're doing our predictions before we do the Dynamite highlights?
We're doing the Dynamite highlights now, and then we're doing our predictions.
Okay, okay.
Did you,
Sounds good.
lose some brain cells today?
I believe I did. I
Alright,
think they took them out of my toe. I went to the doctor.
I gotcha. Maybe you should go back.
My brain cells couldn't.
So Will Ospreay comes out, and he's talking about how, growing up and wrestling in Glasgow, and in Scotland in general, There was a sausage roll chant. I don't know. Not big on the sausage rolls in Scotland. But Ospreay did bring up that he has to do, and it got me a little emotional, talking about how he has to do.
I think so.
It's great. He's got to go through neck surgery, and he's not going to be like everyone else. He's seen a lot of people. We've seen a lot of people go through it, and they're never the same. You know, this is what got me right here. If there was even a small chance that I can't be Will Ospreay after Sunday, then I'm leaving everything in that ring. He said all that
so
because.
that's kind of what...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I lost what I was going to say.
Yeah, thanks. He said all this because he's not cleared. He's got to get surgery. He's not cleared. The lights out is to ensure that he would get that match.
So he can't. He can't hold anything against the AEW because he was cleared.
Yes.
So then Mayhem.
Yes. The Death Riders came out and started attacking him, and then Jet Speed came out, and then Hiroshi Tanahashi heads to the ring, and then
had like half fucking roster.
The bell starts. Jet Speed and Hiroshi Tanahashi up against the Death Riders. Marina Shafir gets involved. Bryce Donovan kicks her out. Ospreay comes out and grabs her and brings her to the back just to, get her out of there, whatever. Ospreay ends up coming back out with a body bag with someone in it. Everyone thinks it's Marina Shafir. The War Dogs of New Japan Pro Wrestling come out. Driller, Maloney, Clark, Connors, Robbie X, and Gabe Kidd. Then, the match was just pure fucking insanity.
Fucking craziness. Right, insanity.
Ospreay's taunting with a body bag that apparently contained Shafir. They made their way up the ramp to confront him. The War Dogs, the Death Riders, everyone. And finally, the body bag was opened, and it was Darby Allin. Signature spot between Darby Allin and being in a body bag. For some reason, he likes being in a body bag. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It is his fancy move.
But it's more than... The Bucks come out and they attack Darby and they attack Will. So the Ops, Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly all come out to face off. It was a fucking insane match.
It was like craziness all over. It was like anarchy in the arena without being anarchy in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
It was just fucking people were fighting everywhere, and people were many spots and stuff like that to be able to say, oh yeah, well I like this part, I like that part, blah 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 blah.
Hangman showed up on the train or whatever. I think that's all a nod to when CM Punk was like, I had to take a train because no one was there to pick me up at the airport. So I think it's kind of funny him getting out the train by himself. Really awkward style interview between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage and Tony Schiavone. Just Cope being like, he's an asshole, but he's my asshole, and I love assholes. And all this stuff.
I love assholes myself.
Mother Wayne and Kip Sabian come out to the stage, and there's no Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne's supposed to be in the match against them. at Forbidden Door, but they are not. But he's not there. There's a video package showing Nick Wayne with some crutches. Nick Wayne has broken his foot, and he will not be in the tag match. But then a beautiful vignette showing the resurrection of Luchasaurus. I thought that was
that was fucking
played
sick.
off very good. He did basically come back from death. He had real bad pneumonia in his lungs and everything. So, and then him just coming back in his signature green gear and everything. Real good. I don't know.
Yeah, that was sick.
I'm excited for it.
And he goes down to the ring, and yeah, it was good stuff. Good stuff.
Chokeslam
I
Cope,
popped a little bit.
And then chokeslams Cope and then just stands face to face with Christian. Didn't attack him, nothing.
Right. Well, because we've got to remember he was
they were friends.
under his control or whatever.
Yeah. Goes to a backstage segment of
That
Mark.
seems to be interesting.
Goes to a backstage segment of Mark Briscoe looking for MJF. Then MJF making a deal with Ricochet. Who knows what that's all about? Get into that after. And then one of the best matches in this new recent tag team history, Brodito and FTR fight to a 30-minute drive. Or a 30-minute draw, sorry.
Drop. Okay. It was like a 30-minute drive. Because that match was awesome. Back, forth, and just now. It was just great. Spot after spot after spot.
So,
I usually don't like a three-way. But this set up. Right, but this set up what is going to be a fucking hell of a three-way at the pay-per-view.
And that'll be, the three-way will be the Hurt Syndicate versus Brodito versus FTR. And then we have...
It's going to give Brodito going that.
I think we'll talk about it during the predictions. I just want to get through the rest of this card. Hangman shows up in the ring. They want to talk to him. And Tony Schiavone says that MJF has some words for him, and they, he can't leave the ring until MJF talks or whatever. Mark Briscoe is tied to a chair with gasoline set, draped all over him, thrown all over him, whatever. And they go up to, MJF makes 3 stipulations. First, the title can change hands via disqualification. The title can change hands via countout. And MJF is no longer executing his Casino Gauntlet contract. It's just a straight up match.
Right.
He still holds the contract.
And if he didn't,
he was gonna.
Adam Page did not. They were gonna. They gave him to the count of 5. And I mean, it was like I'm sitting there watching, going 3, 4. Fucking say something, man. And he goes, okay. And I was like,
Yells and yells.
because I did not want them to light him on fire.
He rushed to the back with a chair after agreeing to the stipulations. Couldn't find anyone.
Which is smart of MJF.
He found...
Because he didn't...
What's smart about MJF? Go ahead.
Doing what he did, and because he didn't want to lose that, but he got backed into a corner, and like we were talking about last week, he gets backed into a corner, and he just agreed to something, and he doesn't want to lose that contract because he going to want to do more on down the line, so he got his way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Paige is looking for him backstage, can't find him. He ends up running into Ricochet, and he puts him. I've never seen Ricochet more scared in his life. That was pretty funny. And then that was it. Paige punched a security guard and then left. And then that was it for that. And then the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena and TBS Champion Mercedes Moné defeat the AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm and Alex Windsor. Fun-filled spot. Windsor. It ended off with Windsor locking Moné in a sharpshooter, but then Athena was the legal woman. Moné sitting there tapping, and I didn't see the tag either. So I was wondering, I was like, why are they not stopping the match? Athena flies over with an O-face, pins her. After the match, Mercedes confronted another one of her opponents at Forbidden Door. The one from CMLL, I can't pronounce her name, so I will not be saying it. She immediately shoved Moné, and then Storm was being attended to by medical staff. Not looking good for Mrs. Toni Storm.
Right. Going to be the winner. But anyways.
Gotcha. With that being said, straight into our Forbidden Door predictions.
There we go.
Timeless Toni Storm versus Athena. I'm going Toni Storm. I said it's not looking good for her, but I don't see them taking it off Toni Storm right now. She's on fire currently.
Right, and it's for her title, and not Athena's. Right. So that's why I'm going also with Toni Storm. Because it would be different if it was Athena's title that was up for grabs and this and that.
Yeah, because she is the longest reigning ROH champion ever. Next up, we got the Hurt Syndicate versus FTR versus Brodito. The AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line.
All right, and I get to go first. Oh, I'm going Brodito. I feel they got, there was a reason why that was a 30-minute match. There was a reason why there's 3 teams in it. And I also believe that it will give them the opportunity, they won't have to pin the champions, so the champions could still look, strong and everything like that, and blah, blah, blah. But I think Brodito. I think it's time to give Brody some sort of belt.
Okay, he didn't have the Trios Championship at one point?
Well, yeah.
The only reason I'm not choosing Brodito is because Bandito is the Ring of Honor World Champion, and I don't like double champions. I don't want to see the World Championship be on a tag team title. They've done it before with MJF and Adam Copeland. Adam Page. Not Adam Page. Adam Cole.
Right.
So I'm going FTR.
But good pick, but
I just don't see the Hurt Syndicate walking out with the titles. Next up, we got Kazuchika Okada versus Swerve Strickland for the Unified Championship. And I'm going first, and I'm going with Swerve Strickland. If Swerve does not win this title, Kazuchika Okada needs to start defending it more. I am sick and tired of why are we holding belts hostage? If you look at the lineage between the Continental Championship he had, it goes like Eddie Kingston and then Kazuchika Okada, and he defended it like 3 times. Right. Eddie defended it so many times.
Exactly. So, with that said, here, I'll give you my prediction. I'm driving a train whatever I'm doing. But you know, I'm going Swerve Strickland also. I think it's time, and maybe at the end he'll pick Prince Hanukanaki out and leave him go. I want that to happen eventually.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
Next up, we got Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor versus.
Chance to sell coffee somewhere else.
Next up, we have Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor versus Bozilla versus Persephone.
All right, I go first. Mercedes Moné.
I'm also going Mercedes Moné. There's no reason that she needs to drop that title. She can drop every other title except for the. She's gonna drop the TBS title to someone in AEW. If anybody, drop it to Alex Windsor. Actually, yeah, she is in. You know, I'm going Alex Windsor. She is new, but she's very good. She's very well known throughout.
She's a bona fide superstar, right? Is she not from what wrestling is she from?
A bunch of indies in
I can't think of
Australia.
her name. Yeah, but no, there was a known one that she was in. It's like an all women.
Stardom.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's from Stardom, wasn't she?
Yeah. Next up, we got Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi. And I'm going with Kyle Fletcher just because I can't wait to see the Kyle Fletcher pink belt. Pink TNT Championship needs to be a thing.
That's the pitfall, right?
No, you're thinking of Ishii.
All right, then I'm going Kyle Fletcher.
Next up, we got Edge and Christian versus Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian.
I go first.
Yeah, that's usually how this works.
Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus. There's going to be shenanigans. I think it's going to be a reunion between the two, Edge and Christian. As I that, especially after that interview, you know, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's my asshole, and this and that, blah blah, and all that good stuff. And you know, what's his name being hurt. I don't know how long he's going to be out.
Nick Wayne's going to be out for at least 6 weeks.
Right. So maybe we're going to get a turn. Edge. Adam Copeland.
Who knows? Next up, we got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness for the.
Anybody.
Oh, Copeland. I'm going Copeland and Cage. Edge and Christian. Nostalgia factor for me. The greatest of all time. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness for the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Championship. Unfortunately, I'm going Zack Sabre Jr. But they could pull off the swerve of the century and give us Nigel McGuinness, which I would pop for big because I love Nigel. But
right. Then Nigel, who are they going to replace Nigel?
I don't know.
In commentary, if he wins the title.
Bryan Danielson.
That's my thing. They could do that. Now that you brought that up.
Former protege. I'm going
right.
Nigel.
Who would you go with?
I'm going Nigel. I changed my pick. I was gonna say Zack Sabre Jr. I don't care if I get it wrong. I just want to see Nigel win.
Hey, and I'm also going Nigel. Because you just brought up a good point. They could replace us, and Nigel could go do some New Japan stuff.
Who knows? It could happen.
No, I'm gonna go Jake's. I'm gonna go Sabretooth.
All right. Then we got the lights
Because I
out.
can't see him putting it out of town.
I don't know. They could, but they could. That's the thing.
Plus, I want to go. You go.
Gotcha. Next up, we got the lights out cage match: the Death Riders, Gabe Kidd and the Young Bucks versus Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ospreay, Omega, and Ibushi.
You go first, or do I go first?
I go first. No, you go first.
All right. I'm gonna go first, and I'm not naming all those names. They're gonna win.
I'm not naming anybody's name.
Okay, I'm not going with the Death Riders.
You could have just said like Team Ospreay or something like that. Instead, you got to be
There you go.
difficult. I'm also
Because
going
thus
with Team
Ospreay
Ospreay.
is going to be going away. I feel he's going to be going away. He's going to have this neck surgery. He's going to give it his all, and then he'll go away for a little bit. So why not let him go out if he's going to be away for a while, with.
Yeah, gotcha. Whatever you just said,
Back
because
to
your
you.
mic cut out like a shit ton.
Back to you, Bob.
Last but not least, Adam Page versus MJF for the World Championship.
I just went last for the last time.
Adam Page. My initial going into this was MJF because he was using the contract, but now that he has the contract in his back pocket, I'm gonna go with Adam Page.
Yeah, and same here. You're the same exact scenario. I was going to go MJF if he had given up that contract, but now that he doesn't have to give up that contract, I'm going to go with Adam Page because Adam Page is more pissed off right now. And this is also going to set up, more matches between the two of them and this and that. And we also got, now Adam Page is pissed off at Ricochet and, this and that.
So to quickly go back down it, Tony Storm versus Athena for the AEW Women's World Championship. We both went Tony Storm. AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. The Herd Syndicate versus FTR versus Brodito. I went FTR, you went Brodito. AEW Unified Championship. Okada versus Strickland. We both went Strickland. Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor versus Bozilla versus Persephone for the AEW TBS Championship. I went Alex Windsor, you went Mercedes Moné. Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi. I went Kyle Fletcher, you went Kyle Fletcher. Copeland and Cage versus Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian. I went Copeland and Cage, you went Lucha and Sabian. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness for the New Japan World Championship. I went Nigel, you went Zack Sabre Jr. Lights out cage match. Death Riders, Gabe Kidd, and the Bucks versus Team Ospreay with Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ospreay, Omega, and Ibushi. We both went Team Ospreay. Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. We both went Adam Page. And now it's time for...
Well, hey everybody, it's Pops here, and we got a story time with Pops headed at you right now. With all these nowadays, where you got fan fests and this and that and stuff like that, you can go get autographs before the shows and things like that. I was thinking back to when you didn't get to you had to wait outside arenas or try to get autographs and this. Now I see kids, jumping up in front of the, at a Raw or a SmackDown and this and that. And like sometimes some guys will come and they'll sign an autograph and stuff for you. But back in my day, I used to I had a friend named Michael Phelps. Uh, no, not the swimmer. I don't know him. But anyways, his grandfather worked security at the Springfield Civic Center, which is now connected to the casino, and where they've had a couple AEWs and WWEs, and there's a WWE event coming there soon enough. Um, he died, and rest in peace, Michael Phelps. He passed away. But anyways, so now get back to the story at hand. So back in the day when we would get back there and we would meet people and we would get to meet the wrestlers and stuff like that. And I met some of the greatest wrestlers of all time back there in that backstage. I know I've told the story about Bob Backlund before. I'm not going to get into that story this time around. But that was the first place I met Andre the Giant. I shook his hand and this and that. The man was just a mammoth, and and stuff like that. I also met the future at the time. He was not governor of Minnesota. I believe he's the governor of Minnesota, or was the governor of Minnesota. Jesse the Body Ventura. I actually spit at him and almost got killed. Him and Adrian Adonis were a tag team, and I really didn't like them. And being a young man, I didn't understand that it was all scripted and this and that, la la la. But it was real to me. And I spit at him, and my friend Michael's grandfather had to explain that he's 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 a little bit, but I wasn't. But it kind of got me out of it. Jesse Ventura was going to kill me. But Arnold Skoland, I met a ton of people. But you see, you guys don't understand. Back in the day, we used to have to fight for these autographs and this and that. I never really got anything autographed by anybody, but I did get to meet them, and I shook hands and got to touch them, and well, not inappropriately or anything, but I did touch them, and shook hands and stuff like that. Except for I was inappropriately touched by Pat Patterson. But anyways, um, that's another story. Totally different Wrestle Pops. Maybe that'll be in the book version of Storytime with Wrestle Pops. But you see, throughout the generations and stuff like that, now I would have loved to have Fan Fest and stuff like that. But back then, it would have been cool to walk into a building and be able to go and meet and greet and get your picture taken and stuff like that, because all I have now is some memories, and I don't have any pictures or anything like that. But so you kids are kind of lucky nowadays to get that. That you have fan fests and things like that. A lot of people talk about, well, it costs so much to go do it and this and that, but yeah, but it gives you an experience. I always say this: go to an indie show, meet them before they become stars, and then there you go. Then you'll have those memories. Like I know a lot of guys that will be hopefully stepping up in the world of professional wrestling, that were indie wrestlers that we have met and are becoming bigger stars. Marshall Mathers and other ones. I mean, we're going to be talking about. So there we go. That was a story time with Pops.
Very extended story time with Pops.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It's like 3 minutes.
I gotcha.
I
City
could talk for
Calendar
hours
is
about that.
retiring. This was the scene this past, I want to say past week and a half ago, at Emergence.
Yeah, it was on.
It was last
I believe
Friday.
it was the TNA.
Last Friday there was Emergence, and this was the ending to the match between Mike Santana and Sami Callihan.
Santana is the standard of TNA wrestling, and he will continue down his path of purpose towards the TNA World Championship. But he brought no joy. He felt no joy tonight as he defeated Sami Callihan.
Sad. It was a sad moment. I mean, if I always Sammy. I always loved Sammy Callahan. I always loved him. Should I not be talking?
No, I was just checking to see how much longer it was. Sami Callihan, owner of, or part owner of the Pro Wrestling Revolver here in Ohio.
Got some stuff to look back on. I always liked Sammy, like I said, and you know, he's a pretty decent guy. I know a lot of people that were, you know, like shocked and stuff like this, but it's time. You know, he's the kind of wrestler like Mick Foley and guys like that he's smart enough where he's going to get out where he still has half his brain and stuff left. You know what I mean? And like you just said, he owns a company and you know, and stuff like that. And, you know, get out before you know you become a vegetable for that style of wrestling that he does.
Exactly. So that was that. We wish Sammy a fun retirement. He's not going to be away from the ring. He's going to be, like I said, he's got an indie promotion. He's probably going to be a producer backstage at TNA. They'll probably bring him into WWE. He'll produce. He'll be a coach. He'll do stuff like that.
Good.
But with that being said, that brings us straight into the Rev Pro show. There's only one match on this Rev Pro show that I want to talk about. Rev Pro being in England. Or the UK, sorry.
United Kingdom.
United Kingland. Yep. Good job.
Kingdom.
You said Kingland.
I know, and then I saved myself out.
But it is this Friday, it is at the Crystal Palace, the Global Wars UK Wild Card All-Star Tag Team match. Michael Oku, Shibata, Tanahashi, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Zozea versus Robbie X, Hengistero, Fletcher, and Cowboy Way. I bring this up because we have a special, me and Pops, near and dear to our hearts, have a nice friend right here, one called Manders, is in this match. You know Tony Khan will be looking very, very closely to this match.
I hope he does because
He's been in
one called Manders.
several Ring of Honor like showings, stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about.
Explain how, you know, you didn't explain, like, you know.
Yeah, I was getting there, pal.
The first time we met him, he came down from Ohio.
No.
I mean, Iowa. He was from Iowa. He came down, and David will tell you the rest of the story.
So it was the first ever show that me and Pops went to. Manders had come out. he's from Iowa. He was the boss of the Plains, the one called Manders. And I tweeted out and said that the one called Manders looked like a dollar store Dax Harwood. And he DM'd me on Twitter. The only wrestler to ever DM me. And he said the following. He goes, "No, that shit was funny. I met him one time. He was pretty short, but he is 100% way better wrestler than me. LOL, I do love me some Dollar General." And to see
And
where
we
he
talked
came,
with him.
see where he came from there to, he's over in Japan. He's doing this in Europe, doing a bunch of shit. He did sign that print right there. He's not even on the print, but he signed it for me. It was the first ever autograph I got at an indie show. So.
Right, because MSP didn't have a pen.
Yeah, because MSP did not have markers. Story time for another day. Blitzkrieg Pro announced their Wild in the Streets October 11th. Tickets go on sale today. Lena Cross will be there. Let me pull up the... Lena Cross will be debuting. Then Aminity Levy, butchered that name, is also making her Blitzkrieg Pro debut. Announced for the main event, Charles Mason and a mystery opponent, or mystery partner, versus Priscilla Kelly and Zachary Wentz. That's going to be the main event of that show.
And it's setting up for another great,
And then we got Bear Bronson. He's coming back. But he's not coming with Gabby. Gabby's booked elsewhere that day. And then we got a return of Ichiban in Blitzkrieg Pro.
Oh, awesome.
Tickets will go on sale tonight. Probably about $7.15, usually when they go on sale. But that was our show.
Great card. It's the day before.
It's the day before.
Isn't it the day before TNA pay-per-view?
Day before Bound for Glory, that is in Lowell, Mass. So you could see a lot of the TNA stars being booked at that show as well. So who knows? I am going to probably be there, but I don't know. We will figure that out.
Trying to get that all figured out. But I'd love to.
Fuck
I'd
you
love
of the
to
week.
be.
Shout out of the week. And we're done. My fuck you of the week is to nosebleeds. I haven't got a nosebleed in a while.
There you go.
Hate nosebleeds.
So my fuck you of the week? Rikishi. Keep your mouth shut. I mean, I understand you're trying to be relevant. That's your baby. That's your son. That's going to be your baby and this and that. No disrespect. But really, come on, guys. If David was all excited and he was having a baby and this and that, and blah, blah, I wouldn't go, well, you are a champion, David. You need to not be doing that. Netflixing chill.
Yeah.
There you go.
Netflixing chill.
That's my fuck.
My shout outs of the week, I already have them, so I'll give Pops time to.
I already got mine written down.
Gotcha. Two of them are music related. At the beginning of the stream, we did listen to Jason's new song, Summertime, or Sunnyside Sadness, which I will post in the chat. Post it in the chat where it's going to be our outro song tonight. If you guys can go and stream that, that would be wonderful. Support our friend Gemini on his music making career. Also, shout out to D, who was in here earlier. Don't know if he still is. He should be dropping music soon. And when he does, I will play that on our stream because I've listened to it unreleased, and it's some of the I really like it. So very good music. And the last one to end, not to end on a sad note, but to bring our condolences and everything, is to Steven Azur of the Even Stevens. He recently, or as of this week, he either this week or the beginning of last week, he had lost his father. He has a GoFundMe for his all the stuff for that. That'll be posted in the YouTube link. And yeah, so shout out and our condolences to Steven Azur.
Well, see, you ended on a sad note. My first shout out is to my cousin David, who had lost his wife to cancer, and he himself has a lot of medical problems. But I just got a message from him just yesterday that he had also now had lost his daughter Amelia. So rest in peace, Amelia, and a shout out to Dave, who was a great guy, and he gave me my first album ever with the Beach Boys live, and he was just a great guy since the day I met him. I loved him. Plus, he has a cool name, same as mine and David. All right, and then my second shout out this week is going to wrestling content creators on TikTok. There are so many out there that I'm not going to name them all off. Last week I did name one, but what I'm happy to see with this here is the females. The females are now starting to become a little more relevant, and we got our Wheezies and we this, and it's just really great that we have a lot of great TikTok content creators going out there, and I just wanted to give a shout out to them. And then my final shout out of the week is Sami Callihan. I want to say, congratulations on your career. I hope you do great things in your future endeavors and stuff like that. But you just gave us one hell of a career. And like I said, I've been following you since you were a kid and the CZW days and stuff like that. And you were just, you're awesome. So that was my shout out. Those are my shout outs.
All right, we'll be back this Saturday at 6 p.m. for RTPW. We're going to listen to some music on the way out of here. We'll see you guys Saturday. Good night, everybody. We're going to raid Tony Childs.
What monkey?
Honestly, again, man, I feel like I am fucking lost. This journey has exhausted me. I feel me burning from the cost, running from the pain. I'm always running towards a glory. But isn't that just every fucking chapter in my story? And I'm drowning in my stars, but I'm feeling so damn happy. You can see me shed a tear while I'm standing there and laughing. I know my journey better than I know myself. In fact, it's kind of weird to be so lost, but know the place you're headed after. Present to the moment, but I lose my thought identity. So how could I know who I am without my thinking centerpiece? And all I ever wanted was for happiness, serenity. Lead to change in generations for the best longevity. But maybe that's my problem, that my steps are